Everything looked calm in the last 5 minutes. But that silence was louder than any gunshot. One choice. One look across the table. And suddenly, the future of the oil field and the family behind it changed forever. If you think this was just a business deal, think again. This ending was about power, fear, loyalty, and survival. And today, we are breaking down exactly what really happened. Episode 10 does not rush. It breathes. And that slow pace is not random. From the very first scene of the finale, you can feel something heavy in the air. No one is shouting. No one is running. But everyone knows a line is about to be crossed. The oil field looks the same as always, machines working. Dust in the air, men doing their jobs. But the feeling is different. This is not just another day in the business. This is the day when years of trust, deals, and lies finally come together. And what makes this episode powerful is that it does not show chaos first. It shows control. And that control feels fake. Tommy walks into the office like he owns the world. His steps are steady. His face shows no fear. But if you watch closely, you can see the pressure sitting on his shoulders. He knows the walls are closing in. The lawsuits, the rival companies, the threats from inside his own circle, they are not rumors anymore. They are real. And for the first time this season, Tommy is not reacting. He is planning. The writers made a smart move here. Instead of starting the finale with action, they start with silence. Long pauses in conversations. Looks that last a few seconds too long. A phone call that ends without answers. These small moments tell us something important. The real fight is not about land. It is about control. There's a quiet scene between Tommy and his family that feels simple on the surface. They sit together. They talk about normal things. But the camera stays on Tommy's face just a little longer. He is not fully there. His mind is somewhere else. He knows what he is about to do will change everything. And maybe, just maybe, he knows there is no way back. What makes this episode different from the rest of the season is that the danger is not loud. Earlier episodes gave us strong arguments, open threats, and clear enemies. But in episode 10, the enemy feels closer. It feels like it is inside the room. When the business meeting is announced, you can sense the shift. This is not just another deal. The room is full of people who have smiled at each other for years. But now, those smiles look forced. Everyone wants something. Everyone is afraid of losing something. Tommy's rival believes he has the upper hand. He thinks the legal pressure and money problems have pushed Tommy into a corner. And in many ways, that is true. But what the rival does not understand is this. A cornered man is dangerous. The music in this part of the episode is soft. Almost too soft. It builds tension without screaming for attention. It lets the audience lean in. It makes you wait. And waiting becomes uncomfortable. There's also an important detail many people might miss. Earlier in the season, Tommy made a promise. He said he would never sacrifice family for business again. But in this episode, we start to question that promise. Because survival sometimes forces people to break their own rules. As the meeting gets closer, small cracks begin to show in everyone. A trusted ally avoids eye contact. A family member asks a question that feels like doubt. A phone buzzes with a message we never fully see. These are not random details. They are signs that something bigger is coming. And here is the truth. Episode 10 is not about who wins the deal. It is about who is willing to lose their soul to stay in power. By the time we reach the halfway point of the episode, we understand something clearly. This is not a fight between good and bad. This is a fight between strong and weak. And in the world of oil and money, weakness gets crushed. The final act is being set up like a chessboard. Every character is in position. Every move has been prepared. And Tommy is about to make a choice that will either save his empire or destroy the last piece of himself. The door closes. No shouting. No security guards rushing in. Just a quiet click of the lock. And in that moment, you understand something serious is about to happen. This is not a fight with fists. This is a fight with words. And words, in this world, are more dangerous than bullets. The meeting room feels small, even though it is large. The air feels heavy. On one side of the table sits Tommy, calm, still, almost relaxed. On the other side sits the man who believes he has already won. Papers are spread out on the table, contracts, legal threats. Numbers that look impossible to fight. But here is the twist. Tommy is not here to defend himself. He is here to flip the game. The rival starts talking first. He lists the problems, the debts, the legal risks, the investors who are getting nervous. Every sentence is meant to push Tommy down. Every word is designed to make him feel trapped. But Tommy does not interrupt. He lets the silence grow. And that silence becomes uncomfortable. Because when someone refuses to react, it changes the balance of power. The rival expects anger. He expects fear. Instead, he gets patience. Then Tommy speaks, slow, clear. No rush. He reminds everyone in the room how they got here. Who took the first risk? Who built the wells when others were too scared? Who protected the business when the market crashed? He is not just talking about oil. He is talking about loyalty. And suddenly, the room shifts. You can see doubt in a few faces. Some of the men sitting at that table have made money because of Tommy. They remember that. And the rival sees it too. His confidence shakes. Just for a second. But here is where the scene becomes powerful. Tommy slides a single document across the table. Not a threat, not a shout. Just paper. Inside that document is the move no one saw coming. A private deal. A backup investor. A partnership that removes the rival's leverage completely. All season, we watch Tommy react to problems. But in this moment, we learn he has been planning quietly. The rival's face changes. The smile fades. For the first time, he realizes he misread the situation. This was never about money alone. It was about control. Tommy knew they would come after him. So he prepared. He let them think he was weak. He let them believe he was cornered. Because when your enemy feels safe, they stop being careful. The beauty of this scene is how simple it is. No explosions. No dramatic music. Just a man understanding he has lost power. But here is the deeper layer. Tommy wins the business fight. But the cost is clear. While he was building his secret plan, he pushed people away. He kept his family in the dark. He lied to those closest to him. The victory feels cold. It feels lonely. When the rival finally stands up, defeated but still proud. He says something that hits harder than any threat. He tells Tommy that power like this always comes back with a price. And for a second, Tommy's eyes show something rare. Not fear. Regret. Because he knows this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new war. The confrontation ends quietly. No handshake. No agreement spoken out loud. Just understanding. Tommy walks out of that room, still in control of the oil fields. Still the man in charge, but he is not the same man who walked in. He chose power over peace. He chose survival over trust. And in the world of Landman, that kind of choice never stays hidden for long. The real question now is not who won the meeting. It wasn't the shouting. It wasn't the deal. It was the phone call he made after. Right after walking out of that meeting, Tommy doesn't celebrate. He doesn't smile. He doesn't call his family. Instead, he stands alone outside, staring at the oil rigs in the distance. The machines are still pumping. The business is still alive. On the outside, he has won. But then he pulls out his phone. And this is where everything truly shifts. All season long, Tommy has tried to protect two things at the same time, his empire and his family. He kept telling himself he could balance both, that he was smart enough, strong enough. But episode 10 finally forces him to accept a hard truth. You can't save everything. The call he makes is not emotional. It is short, direct, cold. He tells the person on the other end to move forward with the second option. We never heard much about this second option before. It was only mentioned once, earlier in the season, in a quiet conversation that seemed unimportant at the time. But now we understand it was a backup plan. A shield, and also a weapon. The second option means shifting ownership. It means cutting someone out. It means protecting the company in a way that removes risk, even if that risk is someone close to him. This is the real ending of episode 10, not the meeting, not the contract. This choice. Because in that moment, Tommy stops fighting for everyone. He starts fighting for survival only. The camera does something very smart here. It doesn't show action. It shows reaction. We see how this decision spreads like a shockwave. A trusted partner gets the news and goes silent. A family member hears about a sudden legal change and feels confused. Someone realizes they've just been pushed out without warning. Tommy believes he is fixing the problem, but he is also planting new ones. And what makes this scene powerful is that no one screams. No one throws a punch. The damage is quiet, almost polite, but it cuts deep. For 2 seasons, we've watched Tommy carry guilt from past mistakes. We've seen him try to be better, try to rebuild trust. But this choice shows something different. It shows that deep down, he still believes power is the only true safety. He chooses control over connection, security over honesty. And the worst part? He knows exactly what he's doing. There's a moment when he gets back into his truck. He just